Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Patrick here, the Northwoods Nobodies. Today we're going to take a look at the Palmetto State Armory AR-10 you see in front of you. I am lucky enough to have my group of friends be into firearms, and they buy all sorts of stuff, and one of them had picked up this Palmetto State Armory 308 a little while back, and was kind enough to let us borrow it for a review. He had not shot it, which means I put the first shots through it. He gets busy and just doesn't get out to shoot as much as, the rest of us do. So he had not shot it. I put the first 64 rounds through it. And yes, that is an exact number that I put through it the other day, 64. So this video is our initial thoughts and shots on the 308. And we'll have a 1,000 round review in the future. At least that's our goal. 308 ain't cheap, but I want to do 1,000 rounds to see how this thing holds up on it. I have a little bit of experience with 308s. My dad had a DPMS 308 that I've shot a little bit. I've tried them out at range shows and events and that kind of stuff, so I don't have a whole lot of experience with the 308. I have assembled a couple lowers on them, never an upper on a 308. So I've got a little bit of the internal work there, the stock, the buffer tube, all that kind of stuff. I don't have any experience putting together an upper. So this is all going to be a learning experience. I'm going to give you kind of a tip to butt.
That's what she said.
Walk through on this, and as usual, I will lay in, statistics and specs and all that kind of stuff from Palmetto State around. Starting at the front, you have a typical A2 flash hider. You can see the bottom is closed off just like any other A2 would be on any other rifle. It does have the ports on the top for flash hiding as well as controlling recoil and that kind of stuff and not kicking up all the dirt and debris underneath it. The barrel in it is an 18-inch stainless steel 1-in-10 twist with a mid-length gas system. And something I noticed when I was getting the gun set up to do the video here is there's the gas block, your gas line, and then there's a little thing sticking out the front of it. And I don't know if that's normal on a 308 gas block or not. Like I said, I've never assembled one. So the top of the barrel has a little bit of dirtiness. I'll try and get a picture or something to roll in. And this little, what looks like a gas port sticking out. So I don't know if it's pushing the stake out of the gas block or what the hell's going on there. Something I have to look into. The handguard on it is a 15-inch Palmetto State Armory. You can see it's branded Palmetto State on the front. And it does not have a full-length top rail. It does have M-LOK all the way around it, so 369, and this I believe is M-LOK as well. It certainly looks like it. So you can mount your D-ball or any other accessories you need on top. As far as mounting the gun with that on there, it feels pretty nice. Get this stupid thing out of here, forget to take that off. So obviously for your hand, it feels pretty nice. I can do like that, it gets your finger out of the way. All of my ARs have the full-length rail on the top, so this is something new to just kind of play around with and try. Getting back to the upper receiver, it is 70/75 T6 aluminum that is forged. I topped it off with a primary arms 3-9x40 scope that I had laying around. So this isn't the end-all be-all scope. I'd like to get something else for this thing. I'm going to reach out to some companies and see if somebody would be nice enough to send us something or cut us a deal or something like that. But for the little bit of shooting I've done so far, this optic was very nice. We will have a full review on that at some point in the future. But for now, it works on top of this thing. Very nice. I liked it so far. Typical, mil-spec charging handle on it. Does have a Toolcraft BCG in it. And then moving down to the lower, it's a typical aluminum lower like you see anywhere else. Does have a rubberized A2 grip, so very fancy there. I usually change out all my guns to a BCM, a Magpul, something like that. I don't mind the A2, and it's got kind of this extended beaver tail on it, and then the rubberizing actually just makes it a little bit thicker. So it still has kind of that weird angle that, that's why we change them out, but it doesn't feel bad at all in the hands. I kind of like it actually. The trigger in it is a 2-stage, about 4.5 pound trigger pull, and empty magazine. Big heavy bitch to pull that back. The trigger in it is 4.5 pounds. You can see you've got your wall here, a little bit of movement to the wall, and a break. Pretty nice. Like I said, it's 4.5 pounds. So it's a pretty nice trigger, and that's without any real wear and tear on it. So maybe it'll get a little lighter as we shoot it, as it gets a little worn in. Obviously comes with a 20-round magazine from Magpul. Moving back, the castle nut on the buffer tube is double staked, and I can verify that sitting from my position here. It does have a 6-position buffer tube on it and a Magpul STR stock, which is pretty nice. Obviously, it's got that extra little lock on there, so you make sure the stock is very well seated. And I do like the oversized cheek pads or cheek wells on these things. So when you're leaning on it, it fits very nice, fits your cheeks very well. That is my basic rundown on the 308 itself. Now, shooting it was pretty nice. It's a 308, so it's gonna have a little bit more recoil. We were shooting, or I shot 60 rounds of PMC 147 grain. And then I did also shoot 4 rounds of Igman 168 grain because I had that stuff laying around from our very first video many moons ago. I had 4 rounds laying around and I was like, we're just gonna shoot it. I did shoot 64 rounds total through this thing. I liked it. I got beard hair stuck in here, which always sucks. Joys of having a beard. Overall, the rifle is nice. It didn't seem to get too terribly hot. Like I said, this gas block is something I'm definitely gonna have to look into. That is odd to me and it throws me off when I first see it. So yeah, like I said, we'll have a full 1,000 round review on this gun, or at least that is the goal. As long as my buddy doesn't want it back before the review is done, is another caveat to that. As far as sling mounts on this gun, the stock does have it on either side, and then it looks like it has sling mounts in the handguard as well. I'll probably find a sling or see if one of my Magpul one fits it and just run it like that. It'd be nice to have a sling on it because it is a little bit of a heavy girl. She's probably 8 pounds without any magazine, you know, without a mag and ammo in it. But not terrible. I did some shooting standing up about 30 yards from the targets, just kind of working back and forth, just trying to incorporate a little dynamic movement and shooting into our reviews. We'll continue to do more of that as we go forwards. I look forward in a few months on the full review on this bad boy, and I will let you know if there's any failures or anything weird that happens in between there. The gas block, like I said, is something I'm definitely gonna be looking into here. So if you have a Palmetto State Gen 3 PA-10, pricing, this thing I saw it on sale for $849.99 right now, so $850, which isn't terribly priced, obviously not super high end in the AR-10 world, but it is a Palmetto State Armory. I have had very good luck with their products, so I don't, you know, they're just as good crowd out there. There's definitely something to that at times, but I have enjoyed the Palmetto State Armories that I have, and I've got a handful of them, so they have been very good to me there. If you have any of the PA-10s, specifically a Gen 3 like this one, put it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of them, your experience. If you have this, and like I said, I'm gonna try and put a picture into that because that's interesting to me. I don't feel like it should be doing that. If you have Instagram, northwoods.nobodies, I'm going to put that in the description like I always do. Please give us a follow over there. That's where you'll see our behind the scenes content and some of our sneak peeks at what we're shooting, what we're working with. I have tried to grow our page there and it just does not grow. So Meta is not very happy with the gun content on its platform. Please give us a follow if you have that. Otherwise, the other thing is if you're a gun guy, gun gal, whatever, a lot of times we're into cars as well. And we started a channel called Nobodies Wrench, probably in August of last year. So give us I'll put that in the description down below. Go give us a follow over there. We have some content up. We did some drag racing. We are gonna have some more content here in the spring once the tracks open back up and it's not snowy outside. It's not terribly snowy for our normal winter, but currently it's got everything closed down. Give us a follow at Nobodies Wrench on YouTube and you will see future content there as we get through the winter and into the spring. Final thoughts on the Palmetto State Armory PA-10 is I like it so far. 60 rounds in is, you know, not a lot. We'll see how that goes as we progress. But overall, I do like it so far. It's a nice feeling gun, nice recoiling gun. So looking forward to doing a full review on this thing in the future. That is all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. We will see you on the next video. Thank you.